3 months ago, I swapped this old diesel BMW 3 Series to this Kia e-Niro. Now this switch has cost me just under £5,000 in the first 3 months of ownership. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly when and where I've spent that money. And if you stick around to the end, I'm also going to show you what I'm saving money against my old diesel car, and also how much I think this is going to cost me over the next 3 years. Obviously, the biggest upfront cost when buying a car is the car itself. I, like a lot of people, got this on finance, so specifically a hire purchase arrangement, which is where you pay a deposit, then a monthly rental, but you just hand the car back at the end with no kind of equity or anything like that. So my deposit is £1,584, I pay an ongoing monthly rental of £524, and I also pay a small arrangement fee of about £200 to the broker. Good news for you if you're thinking about buying an e-Niro is that I've already seen this car significantly cheaper on the same deal on other UK leasing sites, so check those out. If you are thinking about buying an e-Niro, then also check out my video review of my first 1,000 miles in the car, which is up here. My next biggest cost was this charger, which has set me back £900, which is way more than I wanted to spend on it. Unfortunately, getting on this freestanding mount, which I had to have, cost me an extra £350, and I also made the mistake of buying this extra cable for £150, which I didn't actually need because I get one with the car. So you can get one way cheaper than this. My last big upfront cost was insurance, and I had to do a fair amount of shopping around to get a decent price. Some companies are a bit weird if you don't actually own the car, if you've got it on finance, and they don't tend to ask you that question until quite a long way down the track. In the end, I was pretty happy to pay £494 to insure the e-Niro for a year, which is basically what I was paying to insure my old BMW. Now, as with any big purchase, there are often a few hidden costs which you kind of forget about. So for example here, £29 on some snazzy new car mats, because for some reason you still don't get them when you buy a brand new car. And adding another 90 quid on top of that because I had to get new feet for this roof rack. So in 3 months I spent £4,881, which is £37 less than I said at the start. That £37 is what I've spent charging the car in the first 3 months. I've done about 1,700 miles in that time, which equates to a cost per mile of about 2p. Compare that to my old BMW, which costs about 10 pence a mile. You're looking at 20% of the cost to fuel the car, which if you look at it over the course of a year and say 20,000 miles, is about £1,600 saved, which is kind of crazy. The other area where I'm saving money is in road tax. So my old car was about £145 a year. But the real saving is against a new car. So an equivalent petrol or diesel, something like a Audi Q3, a similar list price to this, you'd be paying something like £540 in the first year. This, nothing. And that's nothing for as long as you own it in road tax. So you could be saving close to £1,000 over, say, 3 years of ownership. What about ongoing monthly costs? Is this car going to save me a huge amount versus my old one? Probably not. I think it cost me about £575 once I add in rental, charging, and a bit put aside for servicing. It's broadly the same as what I ended up spending on my old car when I added up all of the stuff that I'd spent over 3 years. So it's not materially different. And look, I don't think at the moment electric cars, certainly given that most of them are going to be new, are going to make a huge difference in terms of your overall cost for driving. Of course, there are the environmental benefits that go with it, and that's a great reason to switch nonetheless. You could certainly also do this a lot cheaper. I haven't chosen the cheapest model, and I haven't chosen the cheapest car. And of course, the more miles you do, essentially, the more you will save against your old car because of that difference in charging costs. Look, I hope that's been helpful and explained where I've spent my money in switching to electric and what you can expect if you're thinking of making the switch too. If you found this video helpful, then please give it a thumbs up. And look, if this is the second video of mine that you're watching, why not subscribe to the channel? Because you keep coming back anyway. Thanks very much, guys.